So welcome everybody to the East Down YouTube live stream here at the Armagh International Road Race event. We're here right just beside the start of the women's 3K, which is about to get underway. We've one more juvenile race left, and you can see the hive of activity we have around here. Last minute preparation for the women in the 3K, getting underway at 8:10, and an absolute top quality field we have here. It'll be interesting to see how many athletes we can get under that 9 minutes here. We'll just take a little stroll around here. I just see Peter beside me. We'll go over and we'll have a quick chat with Matt Lockett, who's the endurance coordinator with Athletics Ireland, who in the high performance team. Matt, just a couple of words from you on the live stream here before we get underway with the international event. So this is your first time here, you were telling me, yeah?
It is, yeah. Look, it looks a fantastic setup, and a really super evening for racing here. Nice crowds and great atmosphere, so looks a lovely event.
Yeah, great to have an Irish team in both races. So myself and yourself, we're over in Belgium, and a couple of the athletes are running again tonight.
Yeah, there's a good few looking to run quick, and I suppose it's nice for some of the ones that aren't particularly focused on the indoor season. Fergal Curtin's probably the leading Irish male there. Is back over after a career in the NCAA. He's based himself in Cardiff, and I would expect him to go well tonight. So Mitchell Byrne and Owen Everard, Jamie Battle, some of our established skilled lads, and then on the women's side, Niamh Carney will be the highest ranked female. So hopefully she'll have a good run and get up there with some of the English athletes and girls from Northern Ireland.
Yeah, look, there's no wind, no nothing here. It's a lot tougher than people think going up that back straight. There's a bit of a hill, but on the way down, beautiful finish. So listen, thanks a million and best of luck to the team. All right, talk to you later. All right, cheers. So we're just underway here. We can see the last juvenile race is just going around, and I can actually see my daughter Clean O'Reilly in third place there, running out of her age group, so she's putting herself in the mix with just under a K to go. So no doubt I'll get word shortly as to how she got on. But we have about 15 minutes now to the start of our first event on the international programme. So we can... Great venue for athletes to be able to get over and back, and for the spectators to be able to get over and back either side of the mall. 3 or 4 exits on both sides, so you get to see these top class, world class international athletes doing their K, so the loop nearly a K. I can see Megan Keith out there on the grass, second in the European under-23 cross country. She'll be right to the fore in the 3K race. Look also out for Callie Thackeray from Hallamshire in England, and Charlotte Arthur from Wales also, and then Alexandra Bell. Be interesting to see, second here a few years ago, moving up in the distance. We've seen her run some very fast 8s and 15, so it'll be interesting to see. We also mentioned Megan Keith from Inverness Harriers, and then Megan Davies also from Scotland. As we go down, Grace Carson would be a very popular local winner here. She 5th in the European under-23 cross country for the Great Britain and Northern Ireland team, so it'll be great to see her right in the mix, and we'll be bringing all the action to you from right in front of the athletes in the back of a fantastic Tesla car that we have. Not much room in the boot for the two of us, so we see the Foster trio, who will be going in the 3000s later on. So we have Kirsty here, and Kirsty has a podcast, Workout Wednesdays, on a weekly basis. So Kirsty, no doubt next week's will all be about this event, will it?
Yeah, everyone will be listening after.
Well, you focus on tonight's race, and best of luck, yeah?
That first international race due off in 14 minutes from now.
So still 14 minutes to the start of our women's 3K. So there'll be a bit of a lull before we get underway with what will be a action-packed hour of racing. We've had, in the last 3 years since we've had the last Armagh international race, and we had, I think, probably 10 or 12 athletes sub 14 minutes in the men's race, and a number of women well under 9 minutes in the 3K. So we're looking to replicate that again tonight. Absolutely no wind here. They always seem to always cold, but no wind, perfect conditions. So we're looking forward to a great event later on. So just We should see the under 15 girls. I can see the police bike coming down that home straight. So the under 15 girls are coming into the finish, and then that'll be the end of the juvenile programme.
And it's another clear-cut victory, our final juvenile race win of the day.
So you can probably hear in the background Jeff Whiteman, the best stadium commentator in the world.
Number 29 from Newry,
over here,
Gregg.
always commentates here at this event for us.
Keep the encouragement going forward.
So it just shows the stature this event has on the global scene.
Presentation. And if you are from Embers Restaurant, thank you. Please join us to make that presentation as our guests.
So I do see my daughter coming through there. So she is going to get a prize. So there'll be a happy car on the way home.
This is strong running. We're not even on 5.5 minutes yet.
So we're nearly there. Full long 400 metres, pretty much downhill, but it's a long run into the finish.
So we have had
so much can happen.
So it's juvenile races. Hopefully that bodes well for the senior international events coming up in a few minutes. Keep moving through the gantry and then ease your way down the finishing chute.
So we'll try and
for everybody.
See some of the athletes as they get ready, get the gear off, see their numbers, find out. I can see Grace Carson over there on the far side of the road, just doing the final couple of stretches up against the house. So it's been a real breakthrough season for her, based over in Loughborough. Ran for Great Britain, Northern Ireland, European under-23s, part of that British winning team, and 5th overall. So stepping down the distance. But let's see how fast she can go over 3K tonight.
It's tremendous running, the fastest girls race of the day. 6.5 minutes into it for 1,400 metres. Probably more than half the field finished now. And those of you spectating for these elite senior races coming up.
So just over 10 minutes now to the start of our main event here. So fantastic job done by the Armagh AC team here. They've built this into what is a world-class event. It's got stronger and stronger every year. There was a lot of disappointed people for the last couple of years, but it's back better than ever. If the So we'll go over and give you maybe a quick look at the finish, what the athletes have coming down, and it's a serious job for the judges coming in that home straight. So you can just see over there the clock that shows 7:15, 7:16. So it's quite a narrow entrance in there, absolutely frantic as they all come down that home straight. So a lot of athletes probably try to make their move into the final lap, but then with 400 metres to go and the turn at the top of the mile, make their way down. It is a big wide street and then gets very narrow as they head off to the right hand side of it and then down the chute into the finish. So let's hope we've got a real competitive race tonight. So exactly 10 minutes to go now. Final strides by the athletes over at the start area.
The short end.
So here's our ladies from Northeast Runners. Anya Cotter showing that she's the better of the twins. So Anya, this 3,000. What time are we trying to run tonight?
Hopefully sub 10.
Very good. And Laura talked to us after the indoors last weekend over 1,500, honing in on the speed. What do we think tonight?
Around 10:20.
Okay, we'll take that. Right, I'll meet you for coffee tomorrow and we'll discuss how you got on anyway. All right. Right. Best of luck.
Wales is Charlotte Arthur. World record holder last year.
So we can see all the athletes now getting themselves ready. So over 200 women going to take on this 3K. So we try and get ourselves out in front of them. Try and tell you who we should be keeping an eye out for.
Across to the start of the back straight, where we are now 8 minutes away from race start. Alex Bell, Olympic finalist today, I believe it's a 157 runner.
So we're just going to have to get over these barriers. Easier for me than Peter.
Make your way onto your zone assembly area now. We're into the last 6 or 7 minutes before race start. It will be a zone start, so head to your assigned zone now.
So see Fiona Everard from Bandon AC making our way back down to the start. Irish novice champion from down in Fermoy.
The winner here gets £150. 2 3/4 laps of the announcement.
So there we have Alex Bell wearing 252. So the athletes are going to get called out now very shortly. So Alex Bell there is the closest athlete we can see, and then in behind her Grace Carson. And then Carrie Hughes in behind them. So the leading athletes we can see, they're all assembled under different white, yellow, etc. So the leading athletes will make their way back out. So there's Jeff Whiteman now interviewing Alex Bell. So she's come close to winning it before. Will tonight be the night? And then wearing 250 there, we've Callie Thackeray. So she's going to be right in the mix there, and Charlotte Arthur just beside her. So we're looking forward to a really, really competitive race. Let's hope they're right together coming down that home straight, and we'll be able to give you a bit of excitement.
Good timing gives everybody an next time from when they cross those rubber mats that are just beyond the start line, or just off the start line.
So it's 6 minutes now to the start. Athletes yet to get called out.
Hello? 205 runners, we are just under 6 minutes away from race start.
So Niamh Kearney wearing 266, the Irish team. Matt Loggett reckons that she could be the first Irish athlete home.
This one just got away in February 2020, and then we were locked down, and the sport only just recovering, but this looks like a good year so far. Those record fields in the juvenile races.
So 4 or 5 different assembly areas on both sides of the road. So the My Run Results team getting the mat ready at the start, making sure that all the chips get activated as they go across. So a huge amount of work has gone into getting us here tonight, and no doubt we won't be disappointed. Just see Emmett Dunleavy, coach to Dara McElhinney, wearing a Kenyan outfit. So there's a lot to be said for that. But these guys have been warm while they're training in Kenya, over in Eton. And then Theresa McDade, the Irish national team manager. So we'll just have a quick word with Theresa McDade, the Irish national team manager. Not too many nares for you here tonight. You've been at bigger events, but not many bigger road races.
Not bigger. Listen to us, absolute amazing night, and what a perfect night for racing. Absolutely amazing. One of my favourite nights in the calendar. Just love it. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else tonight. So good luck to everybody tonight.
Yeah. So enjoy, Theresa.
Are you all right?
All right. Can you get him an Irish top? Can you?
champions, all races, UK, 5 years, so get yourself to a fast start.
So our leading athletes have been called out to the line, so we're very shortly going to get underway here. Megan Davies in the blue of Scotland, Ellie Wallace then from England right on the right hand side. So we're ready to get underway. So myself and Peter will probably get ourselves into the boot of this beautiful Tesla. This will be our home now for the next hour. So we'll try our best here. These bib numbers are very small, but we'll hopefully be able to give you full on action the whole way through this women's 3,000 metres.
Just be aware there are time mats right on the start line. When you get to cross them, make sure you don't stop your side. Quick shoot to the middle row. And Northern American office. Get the border of the race.
You guys live streaming this?
Charlie, how's things? Quentin, how are you?
Quentin, how are you? There's one decent American in there, Ty. Ringer. He'll be up there.
So very near, ready for the off.
Perfect conditions for racing. Just because you can get mobile around your backbone, so you have to strike on every action, make sure you make plenty of noise. We've got 1 minute 15 seconds.
So right over on the right hand side as you look, wearing 250 Cali Thackeray. And then 3 from the right as we look on. We've Grace Carson and then Alex Bell in between the two of them. So it looks as though they're going to be ready for the off. A few of them getting themselves into position. 45 seconds. Maisie O'Sullivan from Ireland, St Albans AC athlete, coached by Emmett Dunleavy. Well, so we're ready for the off. Go, go! Go, 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 go! So Megan Davies from Scotland right in the centre. Niamh Kearney in behind. Push it on, push it on!
Well done, everyone.
So Cali Thackeray. Okay, just keep it that. So a stream of athletes, the Irish athletes well to the fore here, right on the outside. To see Maisie O'Sullivan on the left, but it's okay. Push it on, guys, push it on. So Cali Thackeray and Niamh Kearney, the two early leaders. Just keep maybe at that distance, we could. Charlotte Arthur right in that group as well. Grace Carson just in second place. Just slow it down a wee bit, lads. Just have to try and get the numbers. So it's Cali Thackeray right on the inside. Grace Carson right there with her. Megan Keith. So they come up that testy little hill for the first of 3 times, and it's Cali Thackeray from Megan Davies.
Push it on a wee bit.
Brilliant, Dad! Brilliant!
And Stephanie Petty-Cook. Alex Bell right in there. Niamh Kearney. So they come down the home straight, 400 metres. And it's still the pace being pushed on by Callie Thackeray, the English athlete. Leave it too far, lads. So Niamh Kearney and Grace Carson right there. Megan Davies from Scotland in the blue, just tucked in behind Callie Thackeray. So now they'll swing left and come back round, pretty sharp turn, and come back up where they started. They're going to pass this finish area now pretty shortly, so the finish is just on our left hand side now. So Stephanie Petticook right on the left hand side. Right on the inside then we have Grace Carson. Right in the centre, Callie Thackeray. Stephanie Petticook from Leeds City then, wearing the Scottish vest. Right there. Push it on, lads, push it on. Carrie Hughes from Cardiff AC, just tucked in there in the on-running singlet. But Grace Carson's going to try and get a home win for the local crowd here. She's really putting herself in the mix. We've 1,000 metres done. But it's Callie Thackeray, she's dictated it from the very start. Grace Carson just inside her. So great crowds both sides of the mall here. So the field just beginning to get a little bit strung out. We're probably down to 8 or 9 athletes at the front here. Alex Bell just in the middle of that group, but it's still Callie Thackeray and Grace Carson. So they make their way now up to this little testy hill again. Niamh Kearney put herself right in the mix. She's just in ahead of Alex Bell. Alex Bell just had to check her step there. So as they make their way, probably another 150 metres before they swing left and make their way back down that home straight again for the second of 3 laps. So it's Callie Thackeray and Grace Carson. Nothing being separating the two of them. Still Steffi Petticook in the Scottish vest. Alex Bell just on the outside we see there. And then Carrie Hughes from On Athletics Club and Cardiff AC just right in behind them. So that's the first 4. It's Grace Carson from Callie Thackeray, from Alex Bell, from Carrie Hughes, and then we have Steffi Petticook. Niamh Kearney just drifting off to the back of that leading group. So very easy to get carried away on at this start. You'd think you're all good at setting off at an easy enough pace, but this course does really take its toll. That uphill on the far side is an absolute killer. But they'll get a breather here, make their way back down. So the next time we see them coming down this home straight in the mall, they'll be veering over to the right hand side and into the finish. So it looks as though we have about 10 athletes. Niamh Kearney is still in that 10 from Ireland. Grace Carson from Northern Ireland right in the front. Callie Thackeray has dictated it. Alex Bell, we know the 800 metre speed she has, sub 2 minute athlete. Carrie Hughes from On Athletics Club has just put herself for this whole race, splitting Callie Thackeray and Grace Carson. So they come round, they'll hear the sound of the bell. 1 lap to go, 6 minutes on the clock. So we're probably in or around the 9 minute. So nobody really taking it on yet. It's been Callie Thackeray who's dictated the pace. Grace Carson, but Alex Bell, this may suit Alex Bell here. She's putting herself right in contention here. And then Carrie Hughes looks pretty comfortable, but Alex Bell, I have to say, does look the best of them so far with just under 1,000 metres to go. We know she has the speed. Does she have the stamina to take on Callie Thackeray? Grace Carson will have to now really push on here. We know she has the endurance. Does she have the speed to stay with them? Carrie Hughes has been right in contention the whole time, and she's right there as well. It looks to be down to 5 or 6 of them. Niamh Kearney's just trailing off the back of that group now. So they make their way up. And it's Callie Thackeray and Alex Bell from Carrie Hughes. And then we have Grace Carson and Niamh Carney. So they're coming around. They have about 600 metres to go. Alex Bell looks really good. Callie Thackeray, she's taking it on from the start. They're just trying to negotiate some of the back markers here. And now we can see the field is beginning to break up as Alex Bell has made her move. The only one that's been able to come after her is Carrie Hughes. And the two of them have opened up 4 or 5 metres over Callie Thackeray. So the move was made with 600 or 700 metres to go by Alex Bell. Second previously. Will she be the champion tonight? But she has a job in her hands to get away from Carrie Hughes. So it's Alex Bell from Pulsey and Bramley AC. On her inside then Carrie Hughes. Carrie Hughes is now kicked for home. Can Alex Bell? 400 metres to go. Move, lads, move. Move. So Carrie Hughes, Alex Bell, 350 to go. They're side by side. This is the finish we want. They've moved away from the rest of the field. Alex Bell on the outside. On the inside then we have Carrie Hughes. Nothing between them. 300 to go. Carrie Hughes in the all white. Alex Bell. Closer to the far side of the crowd. There's only about 200 metres to go. This is the finish we wanted. Alex Bell now has opened up maybe a metre, but Carrie Hughes has tucked in behind her. She hasn't given up yet. Alex Bell, Carrie Hughes. At the moment it's Alex Bell. She looks to be maybe opening 2 metres gap now. Carrie Hughes looks as though she might be a spent force. They've opened up 50, 60 metres over the rest of the field. But Alex Bell's working hard. It looks as though she maybe has done enough here. 100 metres to go. Alex Bell's really working hard here. But she's going to take this title. Alex Bell takes this from Carrie Hughes. The battle for third. Callie Thackeray takes third. Megan Davies fourth. Great run by Niamh Carney then in 5th place. Top 10 finish for Grace Carson. They're coming streaming through. We didn't get the time there, but it's probably in around 9 minutes. So they're coming streaming through here. We saw some athletes being lapped. So there's probably another 3 minutes of running here. So we're still only on 9:40. We probably have 40 or 50 athletes through. So now 9:50 on the clock. Anya Connor, she said beforehand she was looking to run sub 10. 9:53 for her. Ciara Wilson then coming through from the Irish team. And then Tilly Simpson from City of Sheffield. Then Lucy Foster, one of our youth athletes. So still under 10:30. Loads of juvenile athletes coming through. This looks like one of our youngest Willowfield athletes. So a big field from Lagan Valley coming through. Great group of young athletes, a lot of Willowfield athletes as well. So we're coming up to 11 minutes now. So we'll see more of our juvenile athletes coming through. Anya McBride from Dunleer AC, just over 11 minutes. Niamh Brady from St Peter's, under 19 athlete, makes our way through.
Catherine! Come on, Catherine! Come on, Catherine! Come on, Catherine! Yes, Catherine! Come on, Una! All the way through, Una! Good job! All the way through!
So the Armagh AC athletes make their way through. So just not too many athletes left. So a wonderful race. Alex Bell and Carrie Hughes made that break, and when they made that break, it was decisive. Over the last 600 or 700 metres, opened up 60-70 metres over the rest of the field. Powered down the home straight, and then it was only in the last 100-150 that Alex Bell opened up that couple of metres lead, and she sustained that the whole way to the finish to take her first Armagh 3K. So they're making their way to the podium now. So we can see Alex Bell gets herself up onto the podium. In second place, Carrie Hughes. And then in third place, she did most of the work the whole way throughout, and then just at about 2,400 or so, the move was made. So Callie Thackeray in third place.
We're going on now for the International 5K, the largest race of the day, the longest race of the day, and the time now is
In fourth place was Megan Davies from Scotland. And then good to see Niamh Kearney, good run by her. Barry McLennan also right there, and in a lot of for the whole way, or for most of the way, Steffi Petticook from Leeds City AC. And then good to see two Northern Irish athletes on the podium, Fionnuala Ross from a local club Armagh AC, and then Grace Carson as well. So good result for the Irish there. Well, top of the podium, Alex Bell, and she made her move. It was a pretty decisive move. Only one athlete, Carrie Hughes, was able to go with her, and she really put it up to her. But over that last 100-150, just got 4 or 5 metres away from her to take that victory. So we'll make our way now around for the start of the men's 5K. We'll hop back into the boot of our Tesla. So we'll make our way around now. So expect the same fireworks now in the men's 5K. 5 laps of this to enjoy. It's only when you're here as a spectator and you actually feel the speed as opposed to actually seeing the speed that these athletes go past you. It's a phenomenal sight, and they just go past in droves. So you need to be running 15:30 to be even able to enter this 5K. So there's not many 5Ks where you'll be at the back of the door, at the back door. You'll be winning most 5Ks around the country. So the 5K starts just a little bit further up than the women's 3K. So this course just under a K. So we'll make our way up. We'll try and call out some of the athletes as we see them that we expect to feature. There's Neil Johnson running for Northern Ireland Ulster tonight. Mark Pearce from Shaftesbury Barnet just getting himself ready.
Okay, wait.
Good idea. Lads in behind your buyers.
So there we have Mitchell Byrne running for Ireland, wearing number 15. Owen Everard.
Come on guys, in behind the barriers, line up with you.
So the athletes are getting called in behind the barriers. So about 5 minutes to the start of the men's, the Brooks Men's International 5K. So it'll be very interesting to see Fergal Curtin here wearing number 1 from the running for Ireland. So like Niamh Carney in the last race, she was right there in the mix for a lot of the race. We expect Fergal Curtin, home from stint in college in the US, to be right in the mix. We can see then Jacob Allen from Highgate just right on the inside, and then look out for Henry McCluskey from Shaftesbury Barnet wearing number 3. Tim McGowan from the USA over to try and steal the show and take the prize money back the other side of the Atlantic. Number 6 then, Ian Crow-Wright will feature here as well, and also wearing number 5, Ty Dinger from the USA. So the leading athletes have been called in. They'll let the other groups make their way in now.
Patrick Kotlowski of Poland is here. Steph Korto. And all sorts. And the race director with a big cudgel.
So quite a narrow start. They'll belt out to try and get themselves into position here. The speed at which they come off at here. So we're looking to hopefully get sub 14 minutes again tonight.
After the first turn has finished in the first 6. Don't go mad. Minute and a half.
So still 90 seconds before the start.
There are timing mats spread right the way
So
across the
names to look out for here. Fergal Curtin, as we said, from Youghal AC, representing Ireland, wearing number 1. Henry McCluskey from Shaftesbury Barnet. He's got a 13:43 on the track, only as an under 23 athlete.
At the start line, good credit to race director James.
So keep an eye out then for Phil Sessamon from Leeds AC. He's got a 13:30 odd on the track, and he's 2:12 marathon, 13:39 5 kb PB. Beat Jake Whiteman in a 3,000 metres indoor about 6 weeks ago.
45 seconds, stand very still.
So 45 seconds.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Jeff Whiteman calling us down here. So myself and Peter nearly fell out of the boot. The women's race, so we've been held here. We're ready to go, and we're away.
And we're off. Faster.
So it's Kieran Clements leading them out here, and Fergal Curtin right on the inside. Ben McMillan then just beside him, and then Phil Norman from Woodford Green. Jamie Battle then wearing number 10 for Ireland, just over on the left hand side as you're looking, and Ty Dinger from the USA right in the centre of them there in the blue. It actually looks to be a pretty leisurely place. Started off, nobody really prepared to take it on. So our leader is Patrick Kowalski from Poland, and he looks over his right shoulder and he sees nobody's really prepared to go with him. So a lot of the athletes probably won't know Kowalski, but they won't know whether to let him go or not go. So Patrick Kowalski is going to take this on. Fergal Curtin then leads out the main pack in behind him, but there's probably 8-9 metres for the Polish athlete over the rest of the field as they come down the home straight for the first of 5 laps. But I have to say, as Armagh international 5Ks going. This doesn't look to be the fastest one, so it could have a much more tactical road race here, but we get an indication after a couple of laps as to what sort of pace we're on. They'll probably be at about 900 metres, probably 850 metres as they go past the finish here. But as Patrick Kovlowski keeps looking over his shoulder, nobody's going with him, so he's a big dilemma to make here. Is he going to continue at this pace and try and open up in a significant gap, or is he going to go back in and run more with people all around him? At the moment it's going to be a solo run. They're about 224, 225 through 800 and maybe 30 or 40. The gap is probably about 20 metres. He keeps looking over his shoulder. Push it on, lads. So Kovlowski, just watch your left hand side there. Yeah. So our leader just around the side of us here. We just go past our leader, Kovlowski. Looks very easy. Fergal Curtin leads out that chasing group. He looks at his watch. He gets his K split. That's what he's looking at. He looks over his shoulder and he'll see that the gap has opened up to probably 30-40 metres at this stage. So have the boys lost out here, or has Kovlowski been a little bit eager at the start? It's not often we see somebody with this lead at such an early stage in this 5K race. Okay, and slow it down a wee bit, lads, yeah. Somebody from the pack will have to make a move at some stage. It's very early. It's a big decision for these guys to decide, am I going to go or am I going to let him go? Do many people know who he is? He keeps looking over his shoulder. So does that mean he doesn't know whether he should be in the lead, or will he keep driving on? If he sees them coming back to him, he might decide I'm better off in the pack. There's no wind here or anything tonight. It's nice and cool, but it's not too cold. Perfect running conditions. So he's negotiated that hill for the second time now. He's about nearly 1,500 metres. Push it on, lads. So Kovlowski, again, we get a close look up at him here. He does look very comfortable. He's probably 50 metres now in the lead. Very hard to know what's going in behind, but there's probably 30 bunched together in that next group. Fergal Curtin is right there. Ty Dinger is right there. Henry McCluckey, Jacob Allen, Ian Crow Wright, and Tim McGowan from the US. So we have 2 US athletes in that group. So the gap doesn't look to be getting any bigger now. If anything, it looks to be getting maybe a little bit shorter here. So he keeps looking over that shoulder. He has probably 1,700 metres done at this stage. So we'll try and get the clock, try and get a bit of a gauge as to what sort of pace they're going at, but I don't think that they're at sub 14 minute pace at the moment. So I think we could have a real burn up over this last couple of laps. So Kovlowski stays quite wide. They're at 5:13, 5:14 with 3 laps to go, just over 3,000 metres to go. But our leader, this has been a real brave solo run by Patrick Kovlowski. He's still probably 40 metres. We're right beside him here. He looks very, very comfortable still. Nobody coming after him. Big decisions to be made. Tim McGowan from the USA there in the blue is leading out that chasing group. Kovlowski runs very wide up this back straight. The rest of them you can see tucked in against the barriers, but Kovlowski runs pretty wide. But it's all about when he comes around the corners, how tight he takes the corners. So Patrick Kovlowski still 30-40 metres in the lead. You have to admire this. We're well into the third lap, maybe 300 metres into this third lap, so we're not far off halfway here. But it's when that chasing pack makes a move, the pace will increase significantly, and it's whether they just eat him up or whether he can kick on. Just slow it a wee bit, lads. So Kozlowski turns that corner. He's negotiated the hill now for the third time, but the field are definitely beginning to wind him in. They haven't got too carried away, but they've decided that he isn't going to come back unless we up the pace. And now the gap down to about 20 metres. Some of them moving right, some of them moving left. All beginning to get pretty spread out here now. But Kozlowski is going to be joined by the pack now very, very shortly. Just trying up and get a wee bit closer so we can see some of the numbers. So now a move has definitely been made at about the halfway. Just try and get this number if I can. So it's Henry McCluckie has taken it on now from Shaftesbury Barnet. So Henry McCluckie, Jeff Whiteman, it was his pick at the start. You can see Jeff Whiteman just having a little look. So it's Henry McCluckie has taken it on. He's moved about 10-15 metres. Kozlowski looks to be in a bit of trouble. Ian Crow-Wright from Brighton and Hove. But just, we'll zoom past him here now. Henry McCluckie. Just watching you inside, lads. So Henry McCluckie's made a big move here. Jacob Allen now comes up down to Kozlowski's shoulder. But McCluckie at the halfway mark really pushed it on. We can see the field is absolutely, totally spread out now. And that last probably 800 metres, we're halfway up this back straight. So well over 3,000 done. So it'll come round and then up this hill, then round into the home straight where all the juvenile races took place, which is 400 metres from the end. So when they come around down the home straight, they'll have 1,400 metres to go. And it's Henry McCluckie has just blown this field apart in the last kilometre. So the Shaftesbury Barnet athlete, 13:43 on the track, shown that he can do it on the road. Up this testy hill now, second last time. So it's McCluckie. Move on, lads, yeah. He looks very, very comfortable here. He's going to come down the hill now. He's going to get a nice breather. But McCluckie is moving away with every stride. He's 60-70 metres clear at this stage. He's got about 1,300 metres to go. Kozlowski still in third place. He's battled well. But this is what you call a decisive move. Henry McCluckie has absolutely torn this field away. He's just over 1,000 metres to go. So unless something significantly happens here over this next kilometre, I think we're probably looking at our winner here. It's going to be a massive effort from those behind, because McCluckie looks to be moving away with every stride. He looks absolutely full of running. We can see that he is working really hard, but his style, everything is just so smooth here. He didn't get carried away when Kozlowski made that move. But when he decided he was going to go, his plan must have been to go at halfway. So he's coming up, he's going to hear the bell. Jeff Whiteman looks out, he'll see that it's the same McCluckie as at the last lap. So Henry McCluckie comes around 10:56. He has to run around 3 minutes for the next lap to be under 14. So after a pretty leisurely start, McCluckie is absolutely flying. He's coming up the back straight. We haven't seen second place come round the bend yet. The gap must be 80-90 metres. Peter Kozlowski still in second place. But Henry McCluckie, he knows what it's like to win medals on the major stage. 1,500 metre bronze at the European Juniors a few years ago, under 23 athlete. 13:43 is best. but he has absolutely torn this field apart. So second is a distant memory, miles behind him here. We can't even see the others in the background. McCluskey 2 laps ago made this move at this stage, moved away from them and absolutely tore the field apart. So it doesn't look as though we're going to have that battle down the home straight like we did in the last race, where Alex Bell just got the better of Carrie Hughes. This is going to be an absolute dominant show from Henry McCluskey. So that last little testy hill done, and now he can enjoy the last 500 metres. He looks over his left shoulder, he can't even see them. He can enjoy the final 400 metres. The massive crowd here now are going to be on his left. He moves over towards the right, because this time when he comes down the very bottom, he'll be into the finish at the right, on the right. Still Peter Kowalski in second place, but no doubt Henry McCluskey from Shaftesbury Barnet is going to be our 2023 Armagh International 5k winner. Probably one of the most dominant winners that I can remember. So about 200 metres to go. He looks over both shoulders. He could probably walk in from here and still win it. So it'll be, the next thing you'll see is the clock, and the clock shows 13:20. Unbelievable. The course record's going to be obliterated. What a last 3,000 metres that Henry McCluskey has done here. So we'll try and show you that clock here. 13:33, 34, 35, 36, 37 for Henry McCluskey to take the Armagh International 5k in a record time. Fergal Curtin just in third place. Dinger just gets them. They're coming streaming through. We're going to get probably 20 athletes under 14 minutes. We're at 13:54, 55, 17, 18, 19, 20 athletes bang on 14 minutes. And they're coming through. We see Mitchell Byrne just outside 14 minutes. Jamie Battle comes through, 14:08. Kieran Kelly from Raheny Shamrock through in 14:16. So we've over 70 athletes and we're not at 14:30 yet. Bales from Wales, probably the last one through under 14:30. Gary Crummy from near EAC comes through. So these athletes are at 14:40 and they're nearly not in the top 100. 100, 14:43 to be 100th. Give us a better road race in Europe. So we're coming up to 15 minutes now. Looks like 130 people through sub 15 minutes, and they're still coming streaming down here. So another phenomenal Armagh International 5k. It was pretty leisurely for the first 2k, and then when he decided to make his move, Henry McCluskey, he tore the field apart. His last 2,500, 3,000 metres must have been a phenomenal time. They were all just looking at each other, letting Kowalski go, knowing that when they made that move, it was going to be decisive. And that is as dominant a win, and why wouldn't it be, at a new Armagh International 5k record time for Henry McCluskey. Very brave run there by Fergal Curtin. Would have won most international 5ks, coming home in third place. So good run there by Jacob Allen as well in the top 4 or 5. Ty Dinger from the USA. Charlie Braggy said to me to keep an eye out for him beforehand, all the way over from the US. But they had nothing on Henry McCluskey. So we'll now have the first 3 up on the podium, and there he is, Henry McCluskey, taking it. And Ty Dinger from the USA in second place. And then a great run by Fergal Curtin. So that's one of the fastest 5Ks by an Irishman on the road in a long, long time there. So Ben McMillan from Scotland also in that top 10. Jacob Allen from Highgate was in the mix until Henry McCluckie made that move. John Davies from Reading AC also get a few quid for the way home. And then Kovlowski wearing 47, the surprise package, took it on, got himself 4th place it looks like. Jacob Allen in 5, McMillan in 6. So no doubt about the winner. Fantastic to see that the 5K Armagh International record has been obliterated. I think around 13:36, 13:37. So another top class, world class men's 5K. So Fergal, just have a couple of words with you if that's okay. Matt Lockett said to keep an eye out for you in this race. You nearly got up to second there. It was a real battle to the finish, but you must be happy with that.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it was for the win. I never saw the first guy, so if I knew there was someone else, probably could have gone earlier, but like it's a good race. It's like my first road 5K, and I feel like this, I'm pretty happy. So
yeah, because when Kovlowski went at the start, I said people were wondering what's going on here. Should we, shouldn't we go with him? And it felt as though everyone was just sitting back. But when McCluckie made his move, it was pretty decisive. So then it was a race for second really after that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty tactical. I mean, like I said, I didn't know my position in the race. I thought that was for the win at the end, so I was pretty surprised. But it was a fun race. It's good to have like a race like this in Ireland, so it's fun.
Yeah, so welcome home from the States. And anyway, you were beaten by a man who broke the Armagh International 5K record, so not bad to be 3rd place. Well done. So Peter, now we have to go back and commentate on the Open 3K after that. So good to see Fergal Curtin was one of our top junior athletes back in, headed from the All AC, headed off to the States, and now finished university and back in Ireland. So bodes well for the Irish senior cross country team in the next couple of years. Our under 23s are really coming through. We were a little bit disappointed this year at the European cross country not to get a men's team medal or be there or thereabouts, but our under 23s I think are stepping up, and our seniors I think we're going to be very strong when it goes to Belgium later on this year.
For me.
So now we move to the final race of the evening, the Open 3K, and then a massive field here. So athletes from under 16 up will compete in this 3K.
All of the veteran categories are represented in this lineup, from best 40s to best 70s.
So I see
Junior boys A.
Louis Mallon over here in the Lagan Valley singlet, one of the real characters of juvenile and youth athletics and junior athletics in Ireland. I had the privilege of being his team manager over in the European Youths in Jerusalem last year, and I have to say he kept us under 10 for the week. But he'll have his work cut out here.
50 to 662.
So these guys will run into the low 8 minutes.
And you should now be alongside the row of your start assembly area.
So the athletes all getting assembled. Big field here. We can see both sides of the road. Athletes behind them, behind their different colours at the assembly stations. So again, perfect conditions here. So we're looking forward to a top class 3K. So here's Louis Mallon asking for a mention, but he's been mentioned enough at this stage.
Make sure you're alongside the rest of the area. You're being let out now. And those of you waiting to be let out, just take the mental note of
Liam Mulligan from Drogheda District there, 4 from the right, represented the Irish under-23 team over at the World Cross in Brussels.
And Jack, we've had no issues at all in any of the previous starts. It's been very nicely done.
So our leading athletes get called out first. Keep an eye out there for Luke Kelly from New Candor Track Club. So the athletes making their way into the start. We'll get ourselves into position. We see Neil McCartan here from East Down YouTube. Hope he's not going to get sick after that 5k, Peter, in the back of our boot, huh?
You'll be sick the other way.
So Neil, we didn't see you in that race. You must have been near the back. You must have been about 14:30 near the back of the field, were you?
Coming in at the back, just trying to latch on to the pain train.
So we think about 100 people under sub 14:30.
That's incredible. Every year.
So
great atmosphere, great times, great race.
Yeah, so one more to go.
So 3,000 metres, it's 3/4 of a lap round to the finish line and then 2 full laps to complete. The women's 3K was won in 9 minutes exactly. The men's looked like it was a new course record for Anthony Bucky in about 30:37.
So still a couple more groups of athletes to be called in here. Not long now till we get underway in our final event of the day. So well done to all the organisers here, the team at Armagh AAC, everybody involved. It's a lot more than just the clubs. They need the help of the police, the council, everything. Fantastic setup here, real safe setting for all the juveniles, and then a brilliant atmosphere for all of the senior athletes. Most of the athletes stay on to watch these races, and why wouldn't they? World-class athletics.
40 seconds, gentlemen, start your engines. Stand very still.
So in these open 3000s, anything can happen, anybody can come from anywhere. A lot of the names not just as recognisable as we would have in the senior men's or senior women's races, but we'll do our best to keep you updated. So 210 entries. So we'll probably have the... And we're away. So again, they fly out, try and get their positions. Oisin Murray from Unreact, Louis Mallon from Lagan Valley, Liam Mulligan from Drogheda District. So it's a real eye-opener for some of the younger kids, from anyone under 16 up, involved in this. And some of them feel as though they can mix it with the older ones, and then after a K they realise, I shouldn't have done that. So these 3Ks, a real good opportunity for people to get a fast race. A lot of them don't know each other, come from all over the place. But they're settling in, and it's Louis Mallon from Lagan Valley. Looks as though he is going to try and dictate the pace here. You can see Liam Mulligan just tucked in third place, and then in behind him Oisin Murray from Unreact in the famous green Unreact vest. And then it looks like it's Gabriel Parmenter in the blue singlet from Cambridge and Coleridge AC. So it's Louis Mallon, Gabriel Parmenter, Liam Mulligan. Parmenter just decides he's going to sidestep in behind the leading three. And then Oisin Murray from Unreact in 4. So you can still see plenty of people hang about even for this final race. So Liam Mulligan right in the centre, Louis Mallon against the barriers. So they'll come up past the finish for the first of 3 times. So Robbie Hagan, Liam Mulligan, Louis Mallon, and then Oisin Murray. So 2:36 on the clock. So Robbie Hagan, all black. Louis Mallon on the inside in the Lagan Valley singlet. And then Liam Mulligan from Oisin Murray. And then Gabriel Parmenter. And these 5 have moved clear of the rest of the field. So Liam Mulligan in the centre, Drogheda District in the red singlet. Robbie Hagan, all black. In the inside then we have Louis Mallon. Parmenter then in all blue. And then Oisin Murray in the green of Unreact. So it's 5 of them pulling clear from the rest of the field. So Hagan sat back in that first lap, then moved himself right to the front. So it's himself and Louis Mallon side by side, and then Mulligan, Murray and Parmenter, and they're probably maybe 20 metres clear of Matthew Lavery, I think, then from North Belfast Harriers, then leading out that chasing group. Luke Kelly also from Candor in that group as well. So can they get themselves back onto this leading 5? So now Oisin Murray comes up onto the shoulder of Louis Mallon, Matthew Hagan, or Robert Hagan in third. Liam Mulligan having the season of his life, coached by Ian O'Reilly at Drogheda District in 4. Parmenter over from the UK to try and take the spoils from these boys. And the gap now probably 25-30 metres over the rest of the group. So Louis Mallon looks to be pretty much in control. Robbie Hagan running pretty wide. Murray then in third place. Parmenter 4 beside Mulligan. So just over a lap to go. So this 3K a real stepping stone for some of these athletes. They will move to the 5K, a lot of them, in the next year or 2. But it gives them a real opportunity at sort of getting international experience, feeling the whole international vibe, knowing what's ahead of them. You have to be in the run sub 14:30 to be in the top 100 here in the 5K. So we're coming up now. They're going to get the bell. Louis Mallon hasn't been able to shake off the rest of them. We're at 5:36, 5:37 with a lap to go. So about 950 metres to go. And now Louis Mallon looks to have made his move here. He's decided with a lap to go he's going to push it on. The only one at the moment that seems to be going with him is Oisin Murray. Robbie Hagan in third place, Permenta 4, and then Liam Mulligan is now about 10 metres off the back of the lead. So Louis Mallon from Oisin Murray, and the two of them are just beginning to put a little gap between themselves and Robbie Hagan. And now Oisin Murray moves to the front. About 800 metres to go. Oisin Murray has maybe 2-3 metres over Louis Mallon. So Oisin Murray from Unreacht in Cork. Louis Mallon now just tucks himself in behind. He looks to be happy enough just to sit right in behind him. Oisin Murray, Louis Mallon, and then about 10-15 metres back to Hagan in third place. So it looks as though it's going to be between the two of these. Louis Mallon looks over his left shoulder there. He'll see that there's nothing behind him, but there is one in front of him, and that's Oisin Murray from Unreacht. So we know the speed that Louis Mallon has. He looks very, very comfortable here. He's looking at the ground. He looks as though he's waiting for his time to move, but he's not getting it all his own way here. Oisin Murray from Unreacht hits the top of the hill in the lead. Louis Mallon will be relying on his speed. He's going to try and come up the inside of him. The two of them are going to come around that bend together, and now Louis Mallon's made his move. So Mallon, with 400 metres to go, has opened up 3, 4, 5, 6 metres now, but Oisin Murray's trying to respond, but Louis Mallon's shown that 1500 metre speed. He's moving away with every stride. He looks so comfortable here. So this will be a real morale booster for Louis Mallon. He comes down that home straight, 250 to go. He's now opened up 15, 20 metres. He looks over his left shoulder. He'll know it's in the bag. There's no better athlete to celebrate than this lad. So he looks as though he's just going to coast into the finish here. Keep that lead of maybe 20 metres. So Louis Mallon is going to take this from Oisin Murray. The battle then will be who is for third, fourth and fifth. So some of the athletes move into their final lap. Louis Mallon from Lagan Valley, coached by Jim McKeown, looks over his shoulder. He's going to celebrate. There's going to be no doubt about that. Louis Mallon comes into the home straight. He pumps the fists. He takes it in 8:28. Oisin Murray from Unreacht in second place. And then it looks as though Robbie Murray's going to take third place. So Robbie Murray takes that in a very fast finish, and John McCallion from Letterkenny in fourth. Liam Mulligan then in 5. Matthew Lavery from North Belfast Harriers comes through. Jack Muscala. Oisin Gillen and Connor. Curran comes through sub 9 minutes. Fist pumps the air. It's a really good run for Connor Curran from North Belfast Harriers. And Matthew Fitzpatrick from Dunleer SC, a really good run from him, from Matthew, under 18, 9:12. Kyle comes through. So we're still under 9:30. So we're at 9:30 now. So it's amazing when the athletes see that clock. They just give it absolutely everything. So a few of the Armagh SC athletes coming through. Oisin Hughes from North East Runners. Darren Matthews from Dunleer, only under 16, runs about 9:53, 9:54. We're coming up to 10 minutes. 10 minutes on the clock now. So we'll move up, try and get those official results. So again, around 8:27, 8:28 for Louis Mallon to take that open 3K. He won it pretty comfortably in the end. He did look over his shoulder a few times, so there was tiredness there. But he knew he had it in the bag. Fist pump left, fist pump right, fist pump left. So as the athletes come streaming out, we try and make our way in here. to the podium. So top 3 there. Louis Mallon, as we said, from Lagan Valley. Be well happy with that run, 8.27, 8.28. Then in second place, Oisin Murray from Unreact. Robbie Hagan then in third place. So Louis Mallon happy to get back up on that podium, get his envelope. So again, Mallon first, Murray second, Hagan third. And then John McCallion from Letterkenny finished really strong to get himself up into fourth. Liam Mulligan then Drogheda District. And then Declan Power. And then Frank Buchanan then from St Michael's College in Enniskillen. Really good run for him. So a real strong school, but have done very well yesterday at the Ulster Schools. So that rounds off an absolutely fantastic night again at the Armagh International Road Race. So Louis, can we get a few words with you? Yeah. So we have our Open 3K champion. So it looked easy, Louis. You were looking over your shoulder up there in that home straight. Were you thinking he was going to come back at you, or was there more in the tank?
I really gave it all to that home straight, and I was just making sure that, because I did kick a bit early, I was just making sure that I'd opened up enough gap to get me across the line. But it was a brilliantly run race. Like, everyone out there was just giving it stocks for the whole thing, and it just kept getting faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, I'd say when you made that kick at 400, you put in an unbelievable 200 metres. I'd say that last 200 did hurt.
Yeah, it definitely hurt, but yeah, just that's like 1500s, as you said in the commentary coming through. So yeah, I just knew that I had like a bit of a kick in me, and I knew that I could save for that.
So well done anyway. Bodes well for the indoor and the track season. Well done. Yeah, all right. So big crew from Ballymena runners getting that photograph taken together at the podium. So a wonderful evening's competition here. Great to have it back on. We still have athletes coming through. So as we said, this Open 3K open to anybody. We're nearly at 14 minutes and we still have athletes coming down that home straight. So that's the beauty of this. So the local Armagh AC team now getting their photographs taken. This club should be so proud of what they've done with this race. People beg to get into the 5K and the women's 3K, and the times just get faster and faster every year for qualification. So who knows what the cutoff will be next year. But we've witnessed a new 5K record, 13:37 from McLucky. So he definitely was McLucky tonight. So James, just get a couple of words. Can you sum that up in maybe a minute as to how fantastic it was to be back here on this international road race, and what it means to have everyone back here?
We're very pleased with it. And such a wonderful night we got as well, weather-wise and everything else. You couldn't ask for better, and a good clean start. And yeah, it was. It was like it was truly an international event.
Yeah, Yeah, and like for 13:37 in the men's 5k, so like now we're looking for a sub 13:30. That's the way this race has gone.
Yeah, that's the way it's going, all right. But hopefully, like, you never know, like. But the ideal conditions brought the whole thing, didn't it?
Yeah. No, it wasn't even too cold around tonight. No wind. Everything was perfect. Yeah. So listen, congratulations to yourselves, and no doubt you'll celebrate tonight.
What a good team! What a good team in action here. Like, and it's all credit goes to them. To tell you the truth, like, we could not have done it without them.
Exactly.
Like, men, women and children, the whole lot, all chipped in, all did their bit.
Yeah, look, it's one of the highlights on the calendar for kids all the way through to seniors, so that's the beauty of it.
Right. Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, the children go mad for it. And then, like, well, they're inspired to join the club then after that. Get into athletics, and big time sort of thing. But it's great to see the kids out there. And the underfoot conditions were good. They weren't slippery, so like I don't think it's too many. I don't think there's any fallers this time in the kids races, which is a big thing. I didn't notice any fallers in the senior races either.
No, I think it was good. So listen, enjoy the evening. You deserve it. Well done. All right, see you. So Jeff, can we leave the final word to you? What did you make of that?
I thought it was great. I think the depth of that men's 5k is unbelievable. As you're watching it, you're just thinking, this is sub 14 minutes. It's just amazing quality. It's not a park run, is it?
No, and you had said to me before, Henry McCluckie is one to look out for, and he made the move over in the back straight halfway through the race, and he just tore the field apart.
Yeah, he trained with our group in South Africa, and we knew he was running very well there. And I think Jeff Watkins knows how to coach for this event, and he's kind of mentored by Adam Clark, who's won it. But it was still a bold move to go from as far out as he did and hold on like that. So he's in shape. He's one to watch out for.
Yeah. So as we said earlier, we're probably looking for sub 13:30 next year. That's the quality of this event.
I think so. I think there'll have to be a cut-off. You'll have to be sub 14:30 to get in the race.
Yeah. And I asked you, did Alex Bell have the stamina to win the 3k? And you said she had. I didn't know whether she had, but she came up trumps tonight.
She was denying it. I interviewed her on the start line. She said, "Oh no, I've had so many injuries. 9 minutes might win it." Well, 9 minutes won it, and it was her. So she's don't play bluff with her.
Yeah. Well, listen, Jeff, thanks a million for coming over again. It's always a pleasure to have you. Yeah.
Cheers.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
So no better way to round off the proceedings than to have a chat with the premier stadium commentator in the world, and Jeff Whiteman, who knows his athletics inside out. We all saw the footage of him shouting or commentating on his son home last year, which will never be forgotten. So thanks everybody for watching in tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Great to be able to show you world-class athletics live, and thanks again for watching, and we hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much everyone. Good night, and